We're live, Ted.
Hey, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I am Nerdarchist Ted, and tonight we're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. This is the Old Guard. You can always jump down the description below, find a link to where you can find all these amazing people when they're not here gaming with us. Without further ado, let me toss it to our illustrious GM, Robin. Take it away.
All right. Salutations, nerds, and welcome to the Old Guard. Um, so last time we had a bit of a faff when one Saint Adelaide asked our uh dad Raziel to go and steal the corpse of Tristan's daughter, and he actually did it. And that has left things on a somewhat dissonant note for our heroes. Just a couple forewarnings before we get started. We do have a character in this campaign that is dealing with alcoholism, and if that is not your bag, maybe skip this one. Aside from that, I want to know what you guys are doing in the wake of that nonsense. Let me start with Frags because we haven't had you in ages.
Yeah, I
What
have
is
no idea
Hussein
what the hell's
doing? What have
going
you been
on.
up to?
Somebody stole a corpse. What now?
Well, you don't know. You weren't there.
Yeah,
So
I
where were
know.
you?
I have no idea.
Let me
Field
tell you
trip to the
then.
woods.
You were chasing a butterfly,
Oh, sounds good.
and
Something
that
actually happened.
butterfly has led you to a monument in the jungle. But you can't get in yourself. You're gonna need to rally the troops.
Okay.
So, at the end of everybody else's scene, you will come in and bring them into, like, the plot hook, right? Like, that's how we're gonna do this. Sound good?
All right, I'll start baiting the hook while they do their thing.
Great. Klaus.
Yeah, Klaus was fixing up some things around his house, new house. He's like, okay, yeah, trying to do the husbandly thing or whatever. Anything he can't fix, he totally lies about it. It's like, yeah, I totally did it. Prestidigitate something or minor illusion something, so it looks like it worked for a second, but he totally doesn't get away with it since my wife is also a wizard, so or an artificer, but you know.
Yeah? Yeah, she tries to help. Iridia is, like, going behind you, fixing things when she notices that they're wrong, and trying not to let you know.
Highly appreciate it.
Hussein, it is in the midst of these repairs that you arrive at the Lionflow domicile.
Klaus,
Yeah.
that piece is crooked.
Oh, man, as I'm fixing it up, this ladder kind of rocks a bit. I'm like, maybe I'll fix it later.
If you need help, I'm willing to help you. If you're willing to help me with something.
Well, by golly, man. Yeah. Yeah, you just watch your step up there, forgetting that you're a ranger. You're probably well balanced.
Yeah, I got a wide range of skills.
Mm. Can you move that to your other left? All right, okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, you said you needed help with something. Something.
Yeah, I found something in the jungle I can't do by myself. I was hoping to gather everybody.
Well, okay. Okay, well. As I, as I'm probably walking in Iridia fixing something that, or hiding the fact that she's fixing something that I totally fixed but didn't fix. I grab my cloak and says, "Medea, Avenger calls."
I wave at his wife that I can't remember the name of.
Iridia.
I choose to not remember the name of. Charisma's one of my dumb stats. It's fine.
All right. Must follow intelligence as well, but
No, con.
I kid. But as I'm making my way out, I let.
Have you seen any of the others?
I mean, unfortunately not. I've been seeing more of the inside of my domicile these days.
There's
But I'm
advantages
sure,
to that.
but I'm sure whatever they're getting into, it can't be that big of a deal, right?
Hopefully not. I'm tired of the drama between them.
All right. And I kind of have a small confession. Part of those actually is some of my blading to do. In lieu of a distraction, I accidentally caused a truth-speaking spell, and I think they got out was in their chests. What they really felt came out. It didn't compel them to say anything they didn't want to say, but
I'm glad I wasn't there.
you were.
I was?
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't paying attention.
Alright, well. I mean, I've been trying to find the right time to let them know. I didn't know. It's just been difficult with everything happening. I'm scared of that may happen as well. Hopefully when things calm down a bit, I can unburden myself. But until then, a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Appreciate it.
Just give a nod.
All right. So, at that, I'm going to move us over to Raziel. What have you been up to? Where have you gone to? What have you been spending your time doing since the reckoning?
As I recall, one of the things I had done was made sure that should anything happen to me, that my home and belongings were being left to... Name is escaping me. The one staying in my house. I've completely forgotten their name.
Neveress.
Neveress. I have it. It's on my character sheet, dummy. I think following what happened, I never went home. And I think that I have been... I'm going to say probably some key locations within the city that were important when St. Adelaide was a prominent figure here. Kind of sleeping in the shadows and still keeping an eye on things, not being completely unreachable. I probably show up to our Tipsy Flagon from time to time, and the others would know. And I think it's no secret to Gelthor in particular where I am. But as for where I sleep and where I spend time, I probably spend a lot of time being sullen and moody in old places of prominence of St. Adelaide.
Okay. Cool. So you have noticed that around those statues, around those places in the city, people do kind of linger a little more recently, because you've been hearing word that the gate has been having fluctuations, and people think that that is significant. You know that it is. But whether or not you have admitted such to anyone else is up to you.
Outside of our core group, and barely to our core group, probably only because under the influence of truth-speaking spells, would I have said as much to our own group. So, no, I definitely would not have said aloud anything intentionally to anyone else. So I think the sense of Raziel is waiting for the inevitable and hoping that once again my dark saint calls upon me.
But before she does, Hasaid does. And he approaches you. I'm gonna set the scene in front of one of those statues at a sparse moment when there aren't a lot of people around and let you guys take it from here.
I think Hasaid, you find Raziel sitting at the base of one of these statues. Every once in a while, glancing up and then reaching inside his cloak, pulling out a flask and
All right,
and
Hasaid.
seeing you approach, you just see you're muted.
Me or Hasaid?
Hasaid.
No.
Sorry. So you didn't hear anything I was saying?
Not a word.
Oh. I forgot I muted it to talk to my wife to make sure I could move over to the desk. As I walked up, I was like, "Hey, Raziel, what you doing?"
Yep, you just see the heavy sigh as he puts away the flask. What do you need?
Assistance in the jungle? If you're not too busy, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll have to check with my assistants and see if my calendar's clear, but... And then with a sigh again, rising up off the plinth of this statue, and I am here but to serve.
I appreciate it. Have you seen Gelthor or Tristan anywhere by chance?
I've been keeping my distance from Tristan.
I see.
I've seen Gelthor around. But if you're asking if I know where he is right now, no.
Guess the search continues.
Well, 4 eyes are better than 2, I guess.
Gelthor.
But
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, well, there was already 4 because Klaus is here.
Sorry, 6 eyes is better than 4.
Klaus has just been a little quiet. So Gelthor has been like slowly putting together clues throughout this entire escapade. How long has it been since we all got back together?
All right. So after what happened, I'm gonna say you guys probably would have left it for a little while to let it breathe some, so maybe a week.
Right, but I mean, like the scope of the campaign so far. How long?
Oh,
Like,
how
are we
long has the whole
talking?
campaign been?
I
Okay.
don't know. That's what I'm asking the
Uh,
GM.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm making sure that is what you're
Speaking out
asking
loud.
me.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I am guessing. I absolutely did not go back and watch every episode to figure out like every time skip that I gave you, but I'm going to
Mhm.
say probably about probably about a year.
And I'm still
Okay.
alive?
All right.
I can tell you we've been playing for almost exactly 2 years. I looked
Yeah, this is session 19.
Yeah, I see the campaign has not been nearly as long as we have actually been playing.
All right. So with a year, I really feel that despite the issues, Gelthor has certainly had a mental presence change. He's completely thrown off the drunk of the past, um and has been piecing together the clues of all of these different tiefling houses that are making in some way, shape, or form reappearances. And
Okay.
while some of them have been slightly adversarial, he's trying to make contact. Not to like, oh, we need to reestablish our nobility or whatever have you. Um, but he's just trying to figure out, what houses are still around, who might be an ally, who might be approachable, who might have some kind of clues as to what all of this is going on there, and there has to be some kind of link because there is just too much coincidence otherwise. So that's what he's been up to.
All right. So I am going to bring you into the scene talking to your cousin Mia in that case because she knows things about this and is willing to share them with you. As a matter of fact, she will bring you back to your old family home at some point, show you the old war table. She's put it back together. She's gotten pieces back on it, and she will show you what's on the board. So what you know um are that most of the families still had members that were still alive. They just aren't in power anymore. They went on to live commoners' lives, but almost every one of them has had someone go missing. Almost every one of them has had someone killed or disappeared. Um, and so the ones that she is able to actually find are few and far between. The ones that you are actually able to make contact with. Nilindar might, like the Dragonfly House, you can probably find someone to speak to in. But you also notice that she is holding something back, and you also give me perception or investigation, your choice.
Probably going to be perception because I'm a cleric. Investigation is 6. Nope, I'm better at investigation somehow. That's going to be a 23.
Great. Okay, so you notice, and you wouldn't have noticed this if you were not so good at picking up on these details. The table has a corner for each house. But when it was broken, one of the corners was removed at some point. You can see where the work was done. You can see where it was patched and pushed back together. There's a missing piece. And because you
Do I
rolled
know
so high, you can see where that missing piece is. It's sort of, you can see the corner of it peeking out behind a shelf on the other side of the room.
So I will go over and grab the piece.
And when you get it out, you see that on the platform there is etched a butterfly.
So if I look at my notes here, I'm not seeing butterfly or dragonfly.
Butterfly. It's not on your notes because it was
Oh.
removed from the table.
Oh.
Like, it's like this house is not acknowledged, but apparently it existed.
So I'll kind of hold up the piece to my cousin, like, what is
And
this?
she'll look back and cock her head and shake it. I don't know.
Does it fit to the table?
I mean, the table's complete, it shouldn't, but you can point out where the seam is where it would go.
So what? So is this like a stone table or is this like a
Wooden.
wooden? Okay. So I don't know why. I want to just hold up the piece to where it looks like it should go. Does it do anything?
Just holding it up doesn't, but you can tell that if you push a couple of pieces in a certain way, you could probably open it up to fit.
I do that then.
All right. And it clicks into place, and it's just a table. It fits in perfectly, like it should always have been there. And then there's a clicking in the center, and up from the middle rises a key. It just sits there.
Like hovering?
No, it's lying on the table. It's like on a little
Okay.
cushion.
Like a typical metal key, or is there something about it?
Yeah, it's a metal skeleton key, and it has butterfly wings instead of like a hoop.
Okay. This is odd, right?
That is extremely odd. I have never seen it do that before. Our family has no such key.
Well, if this happened, I'm willing to bet we probably do. I reach down and I pick up the key.
All right. And Hasaid, that is when you find this place. Make your entrance as you see fit.
Is it his house, the family house?
Yeah, it's the family house. It's up on
Okay.
a spire. You got up here with a flying contraption of some sort, probably.
Okay. I would just be going around looking through all the windows. Gelthor, are you here?
There is a window in this room. You can open it.
Do I see Gelthor?
You do. He's standing around a table with a pink tiefling.
Gelthor, I see you. You can at least answer.
I'm sorry. This was a little puzzling. Come. What are you doing out there? Get inside before you fall and die.
Ah, I'll be fine. You're a cleric.
Yeah, is somebody made of money with diamonds all over the place?
You know where I live.
I mean, we used to have them.
Yeah, well, used to doesn't mean I can bring someone back to life.
Alright, I'll find my way into Gelthor.
Hasaid, as soon as you enter the room, you notice that the key he's holding has a butterfly on it.
Where'd you get that?
From this very odd table. Puzzle, whatever you want to call it.
Do I know that that is probably why I can't get into that other place? Is because I need that key?
Yeah, you immediately realize that's what the problem is.
Like, so funny story. I was coming to get everyone for help because I found somewhere I can't get into, and I think that's what we need.
All right, well, is the funny part of the story supposed to be that there's a lock you can't get through?
Yes. Have you seen me roll?
Take a point of
So you roll out
inspiration.
that window. Well, then perhaps I was in the right place at the right time.
Have you played those games where it says inaccessible when you go to lockpick something? I think it's because it needs the key.
Maybe you're just not high enough level. Have
Maybe.
you not crossed that threshold? I mean, our level is not double digits. All right, enough of the fourth wall nonsense.
So, I mean, I assume I only need the key, but I've already gathered other people. You want to come? See what's there?
Might as well. I mean, if I've unlocked this key, is it Melee? Is that her name?
Amia Tet. Mia.
Mia. Okay. Mia Tet. Let's not share this with anyone else right now.
Okay, I will keep it to myself and I will await you here for when you return. I'm not much of an adventurer.
Just keep the notes of who I've spoken with as well. They're over there on the desk. If something goes wrong, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I don't know.
Okay.
And I'll head out the window, unfurl my wings, and follow Hasaid down.
All right. So, where do you guys meet up? Let's make it the Frosty Flagon.
Sure.
If we're gonna like I've got things. I've got hella things. Like, sorry, I don't mean to be so pushy. I just
The Frosty Flag, I haven't been here in a minute.
And a reminder to the audience, it is a boat. We don't know if it's seaworthy or not.
Yeah.
It's always been at dock.
So I'll give a cheerful greeting to the bartender. Go to the usual table, in the back.
Yeah, your little booth room.
Yep. All right. So I see. Do you want to let everyone know like what it was that you were doing? Obviously, we've kind of got part of the mystery solved before we even get there. But what were you doing? You've been gone for some time.
So I got distracted. I saw a butterfly and followed it and followed it and followed it. And eventually I ended up, you say it was like a door. What kind of situation was it, Robin?
All right, so it's another spire, and there's a door at the
That's it.
bottom, and it is overgrown by leaves and vines and things, and they are crisscrossing the door, but you're pretty sure you could get past that. It's just the fact that the lock is resistant to your tools.
Yes. So there's a spire. I can't get in. I came to see if I could get help from everybody. And then you happen to have, when I found you, basically what I think I need, because it seems to fit. And I'm very confused.
So I look around and make sure it's early in the day, right?
Yes.
So like this place is not,
No, it's not
crowded
bustling.
with people.
In fact, the only other person here is the orc that has been seeing Neveress. He's
Okay.
at the bar.
So I kind of lean down and I'm not whispering, but I'll talk a little bit quieter. Since the beginning of all of this, um, we've encountered quite a number of the ancient noble houses, and they just keep popping up. So I've been trying to figure out what the connection all of that is to everything that's going on. I'm making contacts. I'm trying to put together the clues. Ran into my cousin who, long story short, had the houses in a table, a puzzle, and there was a piece that it looked like the puzzle was complete, but a piece that was not connected. I hold up the key that's got the butterfly on it. To my recollection, there are no tiefling houses connected to a butterfly. I don't know what that means. I don't know what we're getting ourselves into. Um, but I just want to give you all the information that I have. And I literally found this key seconds before Hassan started knocking at my window.
I think it's the first time you said my name right.
Hey, I've said it right before.
Robin, when we had to share memories or something at one point, and that's how this all came up with the butterfly thing. Was that like my memories were stolen, or I can't remember the situation?
No, you
exactly.
still remember them. They were just
Okay.
shared, but by the time you did, there was no one left to hear it.
Okay, so I will recount the story to the three of them that, I crossed somebody, and to get back at me, they turned my love into a butterfly, and I have been searching for them ever since. And that's the reason I adventure, and I'm still adventuring to this day, is because I've still never found her. And I thought I saw the butterfly, and that's why I've been gone for weeks or however long it's been. And it led me to the spire.
What do you know? What do you remember of this past love? Like, do you fully remember who she is, or is this a scenario of she's been taken from you and everything but concept?
I think it's been so long that it's the idea of finding her again more than that I even remember who she is.
So this is blunt, but you don't even know what species she was?
I never came up with it. No, I don't.
All right. That's some hardcore memory memory magic. All right. Well, if this is potentially what you're looking for and have been questing after for a long time, I see no reason why we shouldn't help you.
I appreciate it. Besides, something that's been locked away for this long, what's the worst that could happen?
I'm not going to answer that question because
That's a dangerous question to
you
ask.
don't like what the options are.
The quiet, muffled sounds of Saint Adelaide laughing in the background.
So, Klaus and Raziel have been rather silent through, this bit of conversation.
Yeah.
I tend to like look around as I'm talking, and Gelthor is very insightful, almost like he's an expert at it or something. What's your visage, guys? What is written on your face?
Player character.
Yeah, I've been adventuring with you guys for a while. You know, like, it's hard to keep a secret for too long. Klaus looks like something is troubling him.
And what about Raziel?
Raziel has a look of somebody who's not sleeping as much. And despite the early morning, you would have definitely noticed that Raziel is drinking.
Definitely
Not that it's unusual for him to drink, but he's drinking a little more than usual. And at one point, I imagine he probably orders something from the bar and pours it into a flask.
Out of character, definitely the look of a man that has skeletons in his closet.
So, I look to both of you, Klaus, Raziel. Seems you both have some unspoken troubles. Are you, and whether you wish to consider this hypocritical of me being the one to ask, are you fit to aid Hasayed?
Yes.
I'm here, and we've spoken about the issues at great length, Gilthor.
Just making sure.
Well,
Is anything that either of you wishes to discuss?
well, honestly, yes. It's been eating me up for a while. I feel like what started off as a simple way to create a distraction might have formed a small rift into our party group. A spell was cast back at Red Lucas, one that made truth be spoken out of one's lips. Didn't compel you to say anything you didn't want to say or would say, but what started out as a way to cause a distraction of some sort ended up into something a lot more bigger. And gentlemen, I want to apologize to both of you.
You have nothing to apologize for.
I would agree.
Well, still, it was not a wise use of my magic.
While Raziel and I might not see eye to eye on everything, we have gone through, as he says, quite a lot of discussions and trials. And I look directly, into your eyes. You are and have always been my brother. You have aided me when I needed it most. We have saved each other's lives more times than I would desire to count. So it is what it is.
For a long time, Klaus doesn't know what to say. It's like just took him back.
Before you guys leave, Yorick crosses the bar and taps on it and says, "If you gentlemen have a moment." And he looks at Raziel. I've noticed that you haven't been home in a little while. I've been meaning to talk to you for weeks.
I give him a smile. I think he's gonna say yes.
And he just immediately looks awkward that you just guessed exactly what he came over here for, but he says it anyway. He straightens and he says, "I would like to ask Neverest for her hand in marriage, and I want your blessing."
I give him a long look up and up and down as if I'm appraising him for the first time. And I will stand up. I imagine he probably has several inches on me.
Oh, probably.
I will stand up close to him, look up to his face. Then I will reach a hand up, place it on his shoulder, and say, "I would be honored to grant you my blessing."
Thank you, sir. And he bows slightly.
I just give Raziel a big old smile.
And then he smiles, and you can tell that he's trying not to run off right now.
Ah, youth. Do you remember when you could do that? And I look across the table to everyone. Just
I was trying to see if I had something in my inventory that I could symbolically give him. And I don't understand why I have a cock horse in my inventory.
I
What?
don't even know
I
what that
remember.
is.
Did you get it at the festival?
It
The
could
month I
be.
didn't know what to do.
It could be. I have a bag of holding and there's two things in it, a stuffed owlbear and a cock horse.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you
That was
got
a
it
fun
at the
one.
festival when I didn't know what to do one month.
There's no notes on what it is or anything. I will not give him that. That seems very inappropriate. I think what I will do is, I imagine Raziel probably wears a couple of rings. One is a signet ring that most people wouldn't recognize. In this city, families and houses are important, but Raziel spent a number of years hiding his identity as an Aesimer. And I think that he does wear a signet ring, slightly less prominently than probably a ring dedicated to St. Adelaide. But I think I will pull this signet ring off my finger and I will hand it to him. And say that it is your duty now to start a new family and a new house. And then I will take, as I place the ring in his hand, I will clasp his hand in both of mine and say, make it a noble house. And I'm not talking about the nobility in the hierarchy, but nobility as an attribute.
And he nods. I knew what you meant. Thank you, sir. I promise we will do exactly that. She would have it no other way. And then he does make his pleasantries and depart as appropriate.
Congrats.
So
Raziel.
shall we head out then?
Go either way.
Duty calls.
Mayhaps this journey will bless us with a suitable nuptial present for the pair.
All right. So, the jungle is the jungle. There's almost always something toxic trying to bite you there. There's plants all over the place. It is a very unpleasant experience to trek through. But you've done it before, and you will probably do it again before the end of your life. And it's not more interesting to languish on that misery than it is to languish on a walk that is less miserable. So, you miserably get there to this door that is covered in ivy and vines. It's interlocked around the keyhole, but the keyhole is still very much present and easily accessible. And you can see that there's some kind of locking mechanism engaged inside. It's big enough to eyeball it. And it took a lot of the day to get here. It's high noon by now, and this spire goes up about as high as your own family's did. There are no butterflies etched on the outside of this thing, so you know that there was only one way Hasaid knew.
Could there have been any more of those carnivorous plants? Dear Lord.
So I don't,
almost
So-
definitely.
I was gonna say they
So,
probably could have.
this is why I don't like the
I'm
jungle.
just trying to add a little bit of flair to our hazards.
Okay, Rick.
I can speak to these
So-
plants and then have them come closer if you wish.
What? So they can talk to us and we can understand that they want to eat us better? Come on. So where is this keyhole there? Hassan, and I'll hold up the key.
I will let you do the honor. You're the one that found it. Unless you want me to do it.
Have you checked for traps?
No? I just assume the DM's nice.
Hey, the DM doesn't talk to the player characters in every game, right, Jake?
Right?
I suppose I will investigate the door for traps.
All right,
Thank you.
what you got?
I rolled actually halfway decent. 23.
Okay, there is a trap, actually. And the plants are part of it. They totally would have reached out to grab you, and probably still will. You have no idea how to disarm this.
We need a fireball.
Well, no better time than the present.
Wait, you actually have fireball?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have a cock horse.
I can speak to these plants.
Please do.
So I definitely do speak to these plants.
So the vines, they're like, you find out immediately that they just got here and they're confused. They were climbing up the side of this tower, they were in their regular spot, and then some mage came through and like wound them around this door, and they don't know what's going on.
By any chance, my good floral fine fellow, do you have the ability to move, or are you stuck in this position?
Like, they can move, but it's slowly like vines move. They're not You know how vines creep for the sun, right? It'll take them a while without help.
Huh. Would you like to be moved by any chance, or?
You get an emphatic yes.
I
Yes,
see.
very much please. They would like to be back where they were before the wizard messed it up.
How long do you think till the bards finish seducing the plants?
About 10 minutes, because that's how long the spell lasts. um, so as I'm relaying this information, I inquired to our group. Well, my spell normally has the ability to help plants move, but they've been so deprived of the sun, and they have difficulty moving on their own. Is there any wow. Is there any ideas to help assist the movement of these plants?
I suppose you want the plants to remain intact.
They prefer life, yes. If
I do have a shovel.
well, I explain how like they're not just there; they're like tangled in everything. Very viney-like.
Got a viney tower.
Well, I think I get if no one has a immediate idea, I guess I would start inquiring to the plant where his body is to kind of like help move it out and about.
All right. So you find like the arterial bit of the vine toward the left-hand side. And you've got it in your head that you can probably move this, but you're gonna need help because you can move the arterial vine with your own two hands, but it's gonna take more than one pair to like pull the others free without harming the plant. And if everybody works together, I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. You can do it pretty easily, but
It's time.
Definitely, if people are willing to help, I definitely just kind of like point them in the direction that the plant says, like, do that, and then it's like, Geltor, no, move your foot. You're on its. Okay. Are you okay? Okay, he's fine. He's fine now. And
all right. Does anybody refrain from helping with the plants?
I
No.
don't think so.
Which of you are wearing gloves?
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna say no because it'll be funny.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I'm
have
wearing
never
gloves.
once described Raziel as wearing gloves, so I'm not going to start now.
Klaus has always been pressing. He's always been wearing gloves.
And without any
believe you.
warning, then I wouldn't have put gloves on, so...
All right. So you feel fine right now. And the door is clear.
All right.
The key in the lock.
The door opens. You find yourself in a tower. There's a stairwell that winds up and a little room off to the side that is open and dark. And it's got some storage bins and a little sink basin, more like. It doesn't really have running water. Your home is like this too, but that room in your old family home was kind of one of those rooms that they had back in the Middle Ages for like making medicines and soaps and stuff. I don't remember what it's called, but it used to be common that everybody would have one of those in their house. That is not what it is in this place, though. It seems to have been retooled for storage. And there's a layer of dust on the ground. But it seems to have been disturbed in almost like half the room, almost like somebody blew a gust through here.
So seeing all of the dust and having spots where there isn't, I was like, is that like immediately noticeable?
Yes. Yeah, the dust is very pale and the floor is very dark.
So like, I would kind of like flare my wings out to stop anyone from shoving forward.
And when you flare your wings out, more dust gets disturbed and more of it gets pushed over, and you understand what happened.
All right. So I want to try and like see like if I can extrapolate with where the dust isn't. Did somebody, kind of walk in this direction and try to see if there's like further moved dust or footprints or something that just looks out of place?
So there are no, like, there's disturbed dust on the stairs, but it looks like it was disturbed the same way you just disturbed it. There are no footprints on the stairs. But the spiral staircase doesn't have a wall, it's just a big hole that goes straight up.
Somebody unfurled their wings and flew straight up.
That does seem to be the case. That is what you would guess.
So upstairs only, no downstairs?
Not that you can see from where you are.
Okay.
So when I look straight up, like it's a open staircase,
Yes.
open spiral staircase. Is there like a hole into the second floor?
And all of the floors above that as well. This is like a dumb waiter of a drop, like straight through the entire tower. They're all made like that.
All right, so I'd let everybody know, like, why I did what I did, what I see. Should we take the stairs? Do you wish me to fly up? How do you all think we should proceed?
You're the only one that can fly.
I didn't realize you didn't have wings. I thought Azamar had wings.
I have never
That's
once
smart, do not have
displayed
wings.
wings.
Some do. Some just don't get those genes.
Raziel does or doesn't have good G.
I mean, the best I could probably do, assuming it's within 30 feet, is Misty Step my way up, but I can't fly, though.
I mean,
There's stairs. There's literally
There's
stairs. It's just that the person that took them before you didn't take them.
it probably
What if
wouldn't.
they didn't take him for a reason?
It wouldn't be a bad idea though, Gelthor, to
You slowly go up and we'll go.
yeah to kind of scout ahead maybe. You fly up, we'll check the stairs for traps. And I look
at the second floor.
I look at Hasid when I say that.
All right. So they did not stop on the second floor, but you can see continued evidence of the disturbing of the dust from where the wings continued to beat.
All right, I'll fly to the third.
All right. It is the same story on the third. It is the same story on the fourth. Is there a specific floor you are going to stop on?
I'm gonna stop until, like, I'm gonna keep doing, each floor until I either see something that is worth looking at or signs that they stopped here. Or,
You don't find you
somebody.
find you find something interesting to look at before you find signs that they stopped. Above you,
Okay.
there's a light on. Somebody has it's flickering, it's probably a fire. Maybe somebody lit the hearth up there. At the tallest room in all of these towers is a throne room of sorts, a sanctum for the family only. And other people can still get in physically, but they're usually well guarded enough that like they wouldn't actually be able to like, but someone has. Someone is up there.
So
as we're slowly heading up the stairs behind him, my passive investigation is 17.
Okay. So you also notice the disturbed dust. You also notice a lot of these doors have not been touched in years. They are showing signs of just decay, atrophy, and a few of them do have butterflies emblazoned on them. And I'm gonna give you this. You have seen the decay on some of the other buildings that look like this, and it's worse. It is a lot worse.
Interesting. I really want to go through doors, but I'm not going to leave Gelthor hanging, so I'm going to keep following where he went.
All right. You guys do eventually get to the top, to the landing right before the sudden curve of the stairs that leads up into the final chamber. And there's a flickering light up there. You can see the signs of a fire. You can hear someone talking to himself. It's a male voice. And the language he's speaking is definitely some kind of demonic. Gelthor, you understand what he's saying. I don't know if the rest of you do, but he's mumbling over and over, and what happens when a butterfly flaps its wings.
In this setting, is that a thing related to cause and effect? Is that a like, you know, whether you call it a parable or whatever you want to...
Yes, you can absolutely apply your real life knowledge to that statement.
So have they caught up to where I am by now
Yes.
when I'm hearing this?
You
So
actually
there's-
weren't that far ahead of them because there's like smaller bits where when you're flying that you have to kind of squeeze through, but it was good
Sure.
for you to go ahead so that they wouldn't be like, yeah, go on, sorry.
Sure. So for those of you who don't speak the tiefling tongue, I'm speaking in a conspiratorial whisper at this point. You know, there's somebody up there. They are talking about a butterfly flapping its wings. This is a typical
Question.
saying of cause and effect.
I know, you said demonic, but it's like, is abyssal the demonic language, or?
Oh, I was thinking infernal, but I actually don't remember which one tieflings are supposed to speak, so I just vagued it up.
Infernal.
Tieflings get infernal.
Okay. Okay, I was about to say, I know abyssal, but not that, but...
You would. No.
Linguist, man! I'm
So
trying to
was
learn-
the voice male or female?
Male voice.
Crash a party?
Huh. Does any of this mean anything to anyone here?
Well, the saying has to do with cause and effect. It's a small thing that ripples and creates a greater thing. Just like if you were to toss a pebble into the pond, the pebble is small, and yet the ripples extend out, and the area of effect of a small thing winds up being great. The same is said about a butterfly wings.
With these rare moments I miss. I really wish we had Iridia here. Real smart person about that stuff. But
So our mysterious stranger is waxing intellectual about cause and effect. Maybe we should just go see who they are and why they're here.
I would just, be slightly cautious. We are the aggressor, the trans. What's what I'm looking for?
Trespasser?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Clearly not.
We're
We
the
had a key.
trespassers. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
saying something else now.
Oh,
He's saying, why won't you just come out? Why won't you just talk to me? Why will you not give me answers? And then you hear him slam his fist into something.
I will. I'll head on up.
He is in a room with only the hearth lit. There is a single table, and on that table is a bell jar. And underneath that bell jar, Hasaid, is your butterfly. He punched the wall behind it, and he turns around to like throw his arms down and throw more of a fit, and then he sees you. And then he draws a scimitar and immediately charges at you, and I am going to need initiative from all of you.
Oh no.
I'm glad he attacked. I'd have felt bad for attacking him first.
But you would have done it anyway.
Oh yeah, I would have, but
He has your girl.
I would have felt bad. Hasaid would not.
Rare moment D&D Beyond Zach and Goofy. I guess I'll roll analog for a second.
Hopefully that means I got my bad roll out of the way.
Your bad roll?
Yeah. Just one. That's all I get this game. There's a girl involved. I have to do good.
You know what? I agree. I bless your dice.
Funny. It's funny because like I rolled.
There's only two outcomes. There's either I do so good it's insane, or I roll like I normally do for comedic effect. Like that's it.
Dude, you got your good roll out with your 23 on investigate.
I mean that was
Is
only a
it?
16.
Yeah, it's above a 10. You get one of those per session.
Oh man.
Come on, we've been gaming together for years.
Yeah.
To be fair, Hasaid has statistically rolled really well for me.
Carlos, what's your initiative?
17.
Okay, you're up. You're up.
Oh. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this. I
Got a whole person?
nope. I wish.
Come on, what kind of bard are you?
I think I will viciously mock this guy.
All right, what you gonna say to him?
I'm gonna say him in the broken infernal that I might know. He may not understand a lot of it, what I'm saying, but I'm definitely gonna okay, say like your style sucks to some degree. So yeah, he'll have to make a wisdom save of 17.
Well, he does not.
Okay.
So what happens?
He's just gonna.
He feels bad about himself.
Yeah, I think he feels real bad about his style. He's just gonna take 2d4, which is going to be. Thank God I have these dice in front of me. Like D&D Beyond Zach and Goofy 4 wisdom damage.
Okay.
And on his next attack roll, it would have to be made at disadvantage.
All right, Gelthor, you're up.
All right, so the first thing I do is I call forth a spiritual weapon. That is going to be pretty decent. That is a 22 to hit.
All right, you hit.
That's some pretty good hit. That's going to be 16 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm trying to look up one thing real quick. All right, that's what I thought. And then I will pull out my spear and give a whack. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Okay. That does not hit.
That doesn't hit. So my, spear drives out, crackling with, thunder.
Yeah, he parries.
He manages to parries it. Oh no!
Raziel.
Well, there I go flying off the handle again. I'm going to bonus action rage. Probably in direct reaction to the sudden charge. And then I'm going to, as I move to strike, the longsword appears in my hand, coalescing out of that white and black smoke. And I'm going to take 2 attacks at him with my longsword.
All right.
And actually, I'm going to attack recklessly, of course. Because why not?
Because, barbarian.
So that is a 16 for the first attack.
That hits. And by the way, that is the AC. Now you know.
Oh my gosh, that did not so good. The second one, I rolled a 1 and a 4, so that's an 11 on the second one. So the
So you hit once.
the first one hits, which is going to do. I am wielding dual-handed, so that's going to be Jesus. 4 plus 3 for raging makes it 7. Plus my first attack does a bonus. So wait, that's 7 slashing damage, and then I do a bonus d6 plus 3 necrotic on my first attack. So that's another 7 necrotic.
Awesome.
And that's me out of actions.
All right. Hasaid.
I'm going to use my bonus action to steady aim so that I get advantage on my attack.
Okay.
And then I'm glad I did because I rolled a 1 and a 9. So I get 17 to hit
You hit.
for 22 damage with sneak attack.
Oh. Okay, how do you want to do this?
Right between the eyes.
You get him. You get him right between the eyes. He is coming at you. He is swinging his stupid sword. And you just right through the head and knock him right back into that hearth so that he's pinned there. And just kind of hanging.
And stay down.
And now what is left is a table and your butterfly.
I take the... You said there was like a bell jar on it?
Yes.
Take the jar off.
The butterfly flitters up and kind of waffles in the air for a moment before landing on your nose. And it's quiet for a moment. Nobody else can hear this. You hear it in your mind, and you more feel it rather. Like, it's not in your ears at all. But the question is, the butterfly's charge is to herald transmutation. Will you bear the mantle of change?
Yes? What's the worst that could happen?
Well, butterflies
Wow.
start flooding the room immediately.
Are
They
you gonna turn into a bear?
What did you do, Hussein?
but before the butterflies appear, first there's dust. It kicks up. At first just around your ankles and then up to the knee, and then out of that dust rise colorful wings. And they're just filling the room. And I don't know if you've ever been in a room with a lot of flying insects. This is not comfortable. It is not the kind of thing that you would imagine happening in the movies. They are sticking to the walls. They are sticking to your clothes. They are covering everything in this room. But they have come to observe this moment.
They're not harmful in any way, right?
No, they're not biting you. They're not doing anything that's hurting. It's
Yeah,
just very uncomfortable.
I think the fact that it's a swarm of insects that aren't, looking to actually injure. I don't know if Gelthor would actually be bothered by it.
Well,
I've been to
Butterflies,
the butterfly rooms at the zoos and whatnot. When you get enough of them, they tickle.
I've done the same. I haven't really been terribly assaulted by them. It's
Yeah.
not like I've been surrounded by hundreds, but
Yeah,
Every
I mean,
time I go, it seems like I wear bright colors, and
all right.
apparently they like it.
My
Anyway, sorry.
husband is really freaked out by butterflies flying at his face, and I just assume everyone will be. React how you would react to dozens of butterflies being around your person. But Hasaid is completely obscured by them, totally covered, like the girl in the flowers at the end of Midsummer, but butterflies, right? And he's just gone for a second, and then when they start to clear, he isn't standing alone anymore. There is a tiefling standing with him.
Do I
And-
recognize said tiefling?
You do. She's older. She's thinner than you remember. She's been through something harrowing. And her smile is just a little bit faltering, but her arms go around you instantly.
I've been looking for you.
I know. I couldn't stop.
Sorry it took so long.
I don't even know how long it's been. And she's like looking around this room at all of the wear and tear on the furniture here, at all of the butterflies, at her brother's corpse on the hearth. Because you remember that now. You remember who he was now, but he wasn't a good person. This is fine.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, he was the one that put the curse on her in the first place.
What a dick.
Do you have any recollection of time passing?
Do you know what it is like to perceive the world as an insect, something that is only meant to live for 24 hours?
I really don't.
It was like a lifetime over and over and over again, and nothing stuck in between the days except that I was being chased.
And yet you've retained your sanity?
No.
Of course not,
No.
Gelthor. She hugged me.
No, I was just giving it back, I think.
Ah. I regret to inform you, lady, that the noble houses that once were are not in power any longer. All of us have dwindled.
I remember when my family fell. Everyone else was fine. What happened? Was it the Lich?
I'm not sure. I try to like gloss over this and not look at Raziel. We're trying to figure out what has actually happened.
I know where her reliquary is.
Where?
Great. That's great news. Yeah.
I was in the middle of taking a bite, Jake.
When I just sat up.
Yeah.
And she looks at you for a moment, and you can tell that something about the way you said that has made her nervous.
Yeah, it's definitely said with an intensity. And if she doesn't answer, I'm going to ask again. Where?
She looks at Hussein for permission.
I'm
It's the stone. It's the stone that powers the gate. He and I were there, and she looks at her brother's body and then back to you.
What was he trying to get you to tell him?
What I just told you.
What did he want to know?
Why did he want exactly?
Because he didn't remember any more than I did, any more than you did. You were there too, Hussein. Do you not?
The years have not been kind to me.
Nor I.
I say years, but I should probably say decades, huh?
Probably longer than that. There's no way to know, and I'm not sure I want to know. Maybe we just take what time there is left and don't worry about it too much. I don't want to pursue this. She got everything she wanted. I just want to leave. Can we just leave, please?
Of course.
And she nods, and she doesn't let go of your hand. And like, you all kind of get the feeling like this is less she's just a fragile person and more this is like coming off the end of being a butterfly for a few decades and still having a few like butterfly instincts going on.
He's a little flighty.
A little flighty, a little nervous. Probably for a long while yet.
So I know we've a few times talked about houses and stuff, and I've said that I built a house into the woods and all that.
Mhm.
I've never really stayed there because I only built it for if I ever found her.
Oh,
I've tended to, go there, maintain it, bring stuff there, but never really felt like home. And that's where I intend to bring her.
okay. Yeah,
All right, so
she will
now
be
next
perfectly
mission we
happy
have to
with you
fight
just
off the
taking her home.
squatters.
Oh no, I'm there often enough that nobody's there. But
Oh no, we
I-
have one session left, and guess what it's about?
a lich?
Uh, so I kind of looked to the tiefling. What do you wish done with him?
I don't know. Probably taken down from there, right?
I would think that would be good if he is kin, even if his actions were unkind. Our kind are fast dwindling. I would think you would want him set to rest in some way, shape, or form.
Do the Arginos still have a family vault anywhere?
The what does?
Arginos, it's my name. It was my name before I took his.
I don't know what has been done, but no one I know recollects the family of the butterfly. And I ramble off, the list of the list of houses. Was it Feynman, Larian, Valentris, Adrian, Camredos, so on and so forth down the list. I don't recall a butterfly.
We were here.
I mean, there's this place that exists. I see the sigils. I'm just saying that something was done to remove your kin.
And I think I know who did it. But I have no desire to pursue this. I just want the rest of my life.
So just because Ted is curious, what is the house name?
Argino. And it is spelled like it's French. I will put it in group chat. Also, Hasaid, from this point on, your character has a connection. I mean, he already had a connection to butterflies, but they will just flock to you now. They will just start to swarm whenever you're in an area. Like you have been taken into this house as like an extreme part of it, and the butterflies will acknowledge you as such.
Okay. Interesting.
Now you're going to start turning into a tiefling.
Honestly, when she said they surrounded me, I was kind of wondering if I wasn't going to come back with wings and a tail.
Well, all that talk of change.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been a really good idea. I wish I would have thought of that, but I didn't.
So you're it's it's exactly as it sounds. You got EAUX, and I
that's
just
so
put an
cool.
O.
How did you do that, Jake?
How did I do what?
I told you it was spelled the French way.
I didn't hear that part. I was typing.
How did you do what? You know what?
So butterflies are also the symbol of Desna in Galarian and Pathfinder. And we have a somebody who is essentially becoming a champion of Galarian. So I may have had this file queued up already for something else. So when you said that butterflies are swarming, I'm like, oh, I have a thing I can do. And
You were prepared.
I can do it very quickly. So
That's awesome.
there you go.
Yeah, we were all very impressed immediately.
Yeah, it worked out better than I thought. It's a non-disruptive file, other than like it doesn't take over the whole screen, but it's not just non-disruptive in the sense that we all immediately like, ooh, a butterfly.
I have ADHD, man.
Oh, we all do.
There's no
so
H in
it's-
my ADD.
So, so even if you did not agree with who he is or was, I still feel he should be set to rest in some way, shape, or form.
I will find a place to bury him the way the lay folk bury their dead. That is what we are now.
Right. So, you wish to be out of this place for now?
Yes, please.
I'll kind of pick up her brother's blade and offer it to her hilt first.
And she takes it gently. It doesn't have any blood on it or anything, so she just kind of holds it on her way out. You notice that her cloak is kind of like in the form of butterfly wings, and the sleeves sort of like billow a little bit. And to say you're like remembering all of this as you're walking along. You know, just like you remember this jacket, you remember the cloak she's wearing, you remember these stairs. It's kind of funny. It's weird, really.
I
It's like a
picture
glitch in the
this
Matrix.
I picture this cloak as like a cloak of billowing, but as opposed to it billowing in the wind, it's butterfly wings that just kind of like quietly flap.
Yes.
As we go down the stairs, each level, can I like open the butterfly door and see if there's anything just immediately cool?
Yeah, give me a D100 roll.
Oh crap! How do I do that?
2d10s.
Well, I mean, I knew that part. I just have that. There we go. Change dice. Roll. 73. Oh wait, 33. It looks like it's on 7, but it's on 33.
So what you find when you open one of the doors is like a little wash basin, and it's silver, and as you pick it up, you realize that it is not at all a wash basin. It is in fact a scrying dish.
Oh.
And you can use it to contact other scrying dishes like a cell phone.
Nice.
It also doubles as a wash basin.
It also doubles as a wash basin. A point of inspiration class.
Every once in a while,
They're
somebody
washing-
connects to your scrying basin and they just see a face plunging in and doing like a scrub before bed.
Sorry, I got to do my nightly routine.
Brushing your teeth.
So, Hasaid takes her back to the house, and eventually all of you end up back in the city. And there is this thing looming over you now. All of you know. All of you know where the key to getting rid of her is. But now all of you know that there's a cost to doing it, because that gate is the only thing keeping this area green.
Have to have a conversation. How do we handle this position? What is Raziel's position? And it's kind of asked without any kind of judgment or accusation.
I think since the reliquary was identified as what it is, the rest of the time as we journeyed back down this and away from this spire, Raziel's been very contemplative. I think one of the things that remind me, was it described as a gem in the gate? Or a stone, like a gemstone?
Yes, like a gemstone. Like a big one, like a keystone.
I think Gelthor I would say to you, I wonder if Treston has the ability to create an identical stone. Not obviously that would have the properties of the reliquary, but perhaps it may be possible to create one of similar properties as far as the size and the value and the cut.
Engineering aspect.
And I've only ever heard Treston say this phrase regarding his technology, but essentially hot swap it.
I know not whether it's possible. Well, I only see, before you said anything, I only saw two courses of action. We leave things as they are and play the long winding game of dealing with what hazards come our way before time takes us, or we destroy the stone, get all of this vast space that has grown here over the last 20 years enriched with people that will now hate us for taking it all away.
You know we can't just leave
really,
it. Because
I don't see
when we're gone,
destroying the stone being the proper solution either.
When we're gone, if we wait till we're gone, we're just leaving it for somebody else's problem. For York and Neverus, their generations. We need to find a way to remove it and possibly replace it. Either preventing...
Once it is removed. Go on.
Well, if we can find a way, if Treston is capable, with our combined minds and abilities, perhaps we can find a way to replace it with something that will do the same job. If not, then we stay and face the consequences and we deal with the fallout of what has happened. I think something, Gelthor, that any of you would probably realize is that despite dedication to Adelaide, that Raziel is talking about removing her reliquary. He hasn't talked about
removing it.
He hasn't talked about destroying it per se. But...
And that's where Gelthor is going. If we remove it, you'll understand it's meant to be destroyed. If we just take it out and replace it with another, that doesn't really accomplish anything other than keeping the gate open.
Well, that would be the purpose of the swap, is to keep the gate open and keep things as they are. As for the reliquary stone, I intend to deal with it.
Is that something you're willing to elaborate on?
There's only one way to deal with this. It would have to be destroyed.
And are you saying that you wish to be the one to do it?
I'm saying that I should be the one to do it. Destroying a reliquary will be no small task. And in all likelihood, I will not survive the process.
I
got a
trust you,
name.
brother.
Got a name for the next episode. Get lich or die trying.
I love it.
Somebody write that down.
It's immortalized in YouTube history right now.
Yeah, but what's the chance that I'm gonna remember that when I create the next thing? So, brother, I trust you. If you wish to do it yourself, I won't stop you. If you would allow, I would delight in assisting, even if it means I give of myself. But it also means that I might be there to possibly save you if I might be able.
I look at you.
I've got a neutral expression on my face.
And
Again, no judgment, no thinking, oh, he's just going to try and deceive or what have you. It's none of that.
I place my hand on your shoulder. And I say, I believe you would do everything in your power to make sure that I survive this, that any of us would survive this. But if it comes down to it, don't. And then I squeeze your shoulder and I walk away.
Well, it sounds like everything hinges upon Tristan's ingenuity. If only he were here.
From an internal point of view and for the DM, Raziel is doing everything in his power to mask any thoughts of doing this from his deeper thinking. Trying as hard as possible to mask these thoughts from being detected by Adelaide.
What is your strategy for that?
I think that the strategy is to immediately bury these thoughts and focus on the brightest shining light that has happened in the last year, which is essentially adopting and giving a safe haven to Neveress, and the blossoming relationship between Yorick, and looking at us old adventurers on our last hurrah and realizing the truth of what we're attempting to do is to make sure that that there's a happy and safe place for them and their children and so on. I'm not thinking about in light of what we're doing. I'm just focusing on them, Neveress and Yorick, and the fact that they're going to wed and have children and start a family of their own, and to whatever degree, it's kind of like trying not to think of the elephant in the room. But that's the strategy.
I think it's a good one. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You're safe for now. I
For
might
now.
make you roll in during moments
Yeah.
when it might be brought to the forefront
Of
of your
course.
mind.
Of course.
But not right now. Right now, you guys have a very critical piece of information. Right now, you guys have something actionable, and you have not had that up until this point. Right now, you have a plan. And that's where I'm going to leave you.
So stay tuned till next time when we see how this whole little story gets to end. Yeah, well, we have to tease out. I think next time we'll tease out where the story, or not where this story goes, but what the next story will be with this cadre of fun, friends and family here. So again, as always, you can jump down to the description below where you can find a link to these amazing people when they're not over here gaming with us. And until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
I'm trying to make this go away. There we go.